Even if you get hit off that weight
I mean,
class, it's different.
El Gallo's a bigger fighter. He's bigger than Bam, so he could pack a bigger punch than Bam.
What's up, guys? This is your boy Michael back at it again with another edition of Pound for Pound Boxing here on the channel. And man, what a hell of a banger fight we got going on next weekend, June 29th in Phoenix, Arizona, as Juan Francisco Estrada, the future Hall of Fame boxer, will be taking on the Texas prodigy Jesse Bam Rodriguez. And on the undercard, we got Sonny Edwards. What more could you ask for, guys? I'm going to be handing this topic off to my co-hosts, Eric and Alex. Let's get down to it and let's talk about some boxing.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Pound for Pound Boxing channel. My name is Eric.
And this is Alex.
And, man, we have an exciting fight on our hands, man. Jesse Bam Rodriguez is going to be facing Juan Francisco Estrada in Phoenix, Arizona this Saturday, June 29th. What do you think about this fight, Alex?
Well, I think Estrada has an uphill battle, man. I think that 2-year layoff is for sure going to play a factor. But I have a feeling that he is going to bring the fight.
Of course, he always does. In every fight, he always comes in and he gives it nothing but heart.
But I feel like he's just the experience, a 10-year difference, I feel like is going to play a big factor in this, especially I do see him having difficulties with the southpaw stance of Bam, but I see Bam. I could see this going to decision. Obviously at that weight class is a lot harder to get a knockout.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
What do you think?
I believe, like you said, it's an uphill battle. We look at the statistics, and Bam Rodriguez is one of the youngest two-weight champions there's ever been.
Pound fighter.
He's a pound-for-pound fighter currently, but you can't discredit Juan Francisco Estrada, El Gallo. The guy's been a champion. He's going to be a Hall of Famer for sure.
Yeah.
He's a legend in the game already, and he's been inactive. His last fight was 2 years ago against Chocolatito, but when he was fighting, he was also on the pound-for-pound list, so we can't discredit him. But like we said, I do think it is an uphill battle. There's a lot of factors that play into this fight. I'd say for sure, obviously, the experience goes to Gallo, Francisco Estrada.
Yeah.
But this is a young man's sport. And Jesse Rodriguez is just something different. This guy's boxing IQ is beautiful. The way he does his angles, he does his pivots, the southpaw stance. We're looking at a mini Lomachenko.
Yeah. But I also wanna know your opinion on this. Some people are saying that this is kind of like a passing of the torch in a way from the Chocolatito and Estrada fights.
Of course.
And stuff. And Bam is the new up-and-comer, 24 years old. He ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
Well, this is basically the young tiger versus the old lion.
Yeah.
This is what excites me about boxing. When we have a king that we know has been the guy for years, and then some young guy comes and challenges him and gives him a run for his money and possibly dethrones the king. So I think that's why we have a very fun fight. And again, to break down the fight, I think Estrada's going to come in. He's going to always throw a lot of punches. He's a high-volume puncher. And I think Jesse's going to want to exchange. I think he has that heart where he's going to want to exchange with him.
Dog.
He has a dog in him. But I think as the rounds go by, it's going to just get a little bit more on Jesse's side, on Bam's side. I think his boxing IQ is the one thing that separates him from Estrada. Because Estrada comes in, he's a warrior, a Mexicano. He always comes down, he's going to throw down. But the IQ's got to go to Bam.
Yeah, but I also thought, Sonny, his last fight with Sonny Edwards, that was a little bit more of a different style. Sonny Edwards is more defensive. He moves around. He's more of a boxer. But with Estrada, is like what you said, he has a Mexican style. And I feel like that's what's really going to give Bam some issues because
and it will.
This is going to be a lion trying to, take off your head off. This isn't not no like
Sonny
Edwards.
But let's not act like we didn't see the footage that, those little clips that were snipped out. But we know that Jesse Rodriguez has been sparring Chocolatito. Guys, I'd pay to watch that sparring. Imagine that. Chocolatito, legendary fighter, great fighter. He had some great fights against Juan Francisco Estrada, El Gallo. Those guys went to war, man. So who else would know him better than Chocolatito? You think Chocolatito isn't giving him info?
And that's also another point is that what people were using is that those sparring sessions, supposedly that Jesse Rodriguez
Got the best of him?
He got the best of him in those sparring sessions.
I would love to see those. I would pay money to see those sparrings because,
Yeah.
I mean, it's very, it's not very often when you see 2 pound-for-pound guys sparring each other, giving each other that work. And you could appreciate that, because they're both trying to help each other out. And not just that, guys. This is one of the better fights today. I know it's not getting the recognition because they're lower weight classes. They don't get that much love down there. But these guys are both on the pound-for-pound list. Juan Estrada is just not there currently because he's been inactive, like I said. But
he's not a pound-for-pound fighter, though.
yes, but regardless, he has the accomplishments. This guy's been a champion in multiple divisions.
Boxing is about what have you done for me lately.
Currently,
not
correct.
From 2-3 years ago.
And I understand that. That's why I said when he was fighting, when he was active, he was a pound-for-pound champion. Now, that doesn't mean since he's been inactive that he's not going to come back and give Bam a run from his money. Like I said, I see it going I see it being a war. I see it being a good fight. Just, I think since Bam's been active, he's been fighting, he's been learning with Robert Garcia in that camp. This guy's IQ is on another level, man. And I really got to just admire and give respect to Bam because it takes so much to learn how to get that IQ in your system. From being a southpaw to doing those angles, to using the pivots and the jabs, the movement. Everything about his fighting style is very attractive to a very diehard boxing fan.
Now, I was thinking, I could be wrong, but I was also thinking a scenario where I feel like that Estrada, I feel like his age might show overnight. I was just thinking that because those wars with Chocolatito, those wars take a lot out of you. And I always feel like, that's going to play a factor. And something's telling me this might be an easy win. Like, I could see a scenario like that for Jesse Rodriguez.
And you could possibly be right. We know that when you're old, and especially you haven't fought in a while, you could turn old overnight. And this guy is 10 years older than Bam. But again, he has the experience. He has that experience, man. You can't. That's one thing a fighter never loses is experience. All the wars he's been in, yes, they might have. It's like a pro and a con. They might have affected him, but they also helped him.
But you also said
he's a smarter fighter now.
This is a young man's sport.
It is. I can say that, but that doesn't mean they always win.
No, you're right.
We've seen it before in the past where old champions go against a young dog and they still somehow pull it off, and the experience really helps.
That's like a coin toss.
Yeah, but we even see what Canelo did to Munguia. Munguia came out with fire, and next thing you know, Canelo capitalized.
But you can't compare.
You can't. It's a whole different style, guys, I know. But I'm just giving the example. A young lion or a young tiger versus an old lion. So that's what we're going to be looking for, and that's what we're ready to watch. I mean, we know Sonny Edwards is also going to be on the undercard. So this card is going to be pretty good. Sonny Edwards isn't just an average fighter. This guy is good as well. And this guy likes to move. He likes to box. This guy's a good fighter as well. So we're in for a treat this June 29th for sure.
I feel like Estrada's actually going to try his best, but I just feel like that southpaw jinx, man, is going to play a big factor in this. I feel like he's not going to have the speed to get to the outside footing.
Yeah, but again, it's you get hit. Every fighter gets hit. You're eventually going to get hit. We don't know if one could be a lucky
But how
punch.
would he react? And not just that, but even if you get hit at that weight class, it's different.
El Gallo's a bigger fighter. He's bigger than Bam. So he could pack a bigger punch than Bam. I know Bam is, 19-0 with 12 knockouts?
Yeah, and then what's his name has a 44 with 23 knockouts.
28.
So 28. Oh, well.
Correct yourself.
I just don't see it.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I just don't see it.
Yeah, it's just, again, who knows about the knockouts? These guys are light, so these guys give wars and still, seem like they just keep going for years. I'm just excited for a very great fight. I think we're all in for a treat, and I think this is going to be one for the ages. I think, if Bam wins, this could just boost his level up here.
Now, do you think this is going to be a Fight of the Year candidate?
Yes. Possibly, for sure. Top 3 for sure.
And for sure, this is like a under the radar type of fight.
Yes, of course. And I said it again. I said that they're lighter in weight, and I said that they're not going to get the recognition and the love that they deserve.
Yeah.
But this is still a very underrated fight. And we need to see, everybody needs to tune in June the 29th on DAZN, and we all got to tune into this fight. If you're a boxing fan, and I'm not talking about a casual, I'm talking about a diehard fan. You ain't paying attention
to that Jake Paul stuff.
Yeah, if you're not watching this fight, you're not a real boxing fan. Because this is a great fight, and you guys need to tune in and watch this. But, of course, this is what makes boxing great. We're making boxing great again. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is Eric.
And this is Alex.
And this is your boy Michael. Thank you for tuning in to our 3rd episode on the channel. If you guys like the video, please give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And we're out.